Happy morning, everyone. Things are finally getting back to place. Aether and Lumine's VR are coming back, and Paimon and Kaching's VR are getting replaced. I only hope Candace's VR gets replaced, but honestly, that's like for us the mirror chapter. So when it comes out, hopefully that happens because she was a bitch too. Fuck that whore. And it's 20 seconds. I can't say bad things in the first 15 seconds after. You know what? I'll just fluff it up, I guess, in the beginning. Anyways, we're looking at Hero. Oh my god, what the hell? Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, that's why I've been away. I've had a cold. But yeah, we're looking at Hero, his brand new video. I don't want to get too hyped for it, but I am also hyped because fuck, it's finally happening. All the pest is leaving.
Guys,
Let me turn it up. It's so low. I'm so sorry. Um, there we go.
I've got news. I don't know how. Guys, I've got news. Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Because, like, I don't know how we're going to all live after
I should turn it up more.
the
Right?
announcement that it looks like Kaylee Mills as Kaching and Karina Bettger as Paimon. They might be gone officially. Yeah, so actually this is amazing news.
That's the same
can't
tweet
stop
post I
winning,
saw.
guys. Check it out. New Paimon English voice in 5.7. Someone even saying, is this real? The OP says, yep, this is from 5.7 pre-download.
Okay, see, that's why I don't want to trust it because it's like a free download, but I don't know what that is, honestly. But also, like, it's too soon to celebrate, so, you know, like, yeah.
So yeah, apparently this is not even from a leak or anything like that. This is actually from the pre-download.
Okay, so I guess it's like a more reliable source.
And so people all over are celebrating our Genshin Impact. Top post here from just an hour ago saying, we are so back. Everyone, even Paimon fans like me, are cheering in the streets. I actually liked her voice for Paimon, and even I'm cheering. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. Freaking dude. Imagine like Karina just reading this stuff.
Oh, real.
Freedom! This also means everyone's potentially on the chopping block. Kaching, yep, more on that coming right up about Kaching. Albedo, anyone. This was a message. If they're willing to recast the character with the most voice lines in the entire game, as far as I know, no one's safe. Kaching is already confirmed to have been replaced. Of course, not officially though.
I think
Yeah,
I saw
that
people
one
back
seems to come
video on
from a
that.
leak, so that one isn't as certain. But I mean, it's still looking pretty dang. It's looking pretty dang good out there, guys. But on the topic of Karina getting replaced as Paimon, Madame Savvy brings up a really good point here. She says, if this is real, Karina is an even bigger loser than we thought. Hoyo isn't going to have a new VA and voices ready to go in 16 days, which was about the time frame when Karina said she was stepping away. They would have had this ready to go, meaning they fired her before that.
Hell yeah.
The only caveat to this, though, is the interview was about 16 days ago, but Karina said that she gave notice to Hoyoverse right around the time that Jacob Takanashi replaced John Patnode as Kanich, at least
So
according to my
back in January?
recollection. She
March.
said, like, yeah, after that, she gave notice to Hoyoverse, I think. So this would have been more like 2.5 months, give or take. But of course, that doesn't mean that Karina...
So yeah, that happened on March 27th when everybody was hate tweeting him, and I remember going back and looking at every VA's like Twitter account to see if they were actually hitting, because I love Himiko's voice actor, even the voice, because... And it's so sad that she's muted. It's so sad that she's muted. That's why I haven't started the 2.7, you know, quest in Honkai, because I love Sunday. He is like the one and only for me. My heart belongs to him. This belongs to me, okay? And when I heard that him and Robin had some emotional moments, but like Robin was in voice, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm not starting until I hear all the voices again. And then in 3.0, when Amphoria started, Dan Hung was in voice, so I was like, oh my god, I still can't. And then I missed the whole 5.1 Summer event in Genshin, the Nahira's birthday. And then Lantern Ride was... I had to switch to Japanese, then Korean, then Chinese. I had this whole identity crisis, and Huta was muted. Also, Huta's voice actor, she is so good at Huta, but oh my god, wasn't she sending hate to Jacob Takanashi as well, if I recall? Or maybe she's like, she didn't send hate per se, but like, said something slightly behind the back or something. I don't know. I know like her name was in the thing. you know, like on the controversial ones, yeah. And then I played the 3.4, sorry, what 5.4 event with Inazuma in English voice because I love Ratana as Yai Miko, and I'm so glad she's not striking. Oh my god, I've been so sad if that was true.
Is telling the truth either. Keeping that in mind, let's finish the tweet. Eat rotten cabbage, Karina. May you never work again, you toxic entitled bully of a pelican. Well, that's a unique way of
I hate pelicans.
I don't even know.
I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of birds.
The point is, after Karina's interview on Paper Bag Boy's channel, I was pointing out how I'm very skeptical of what she's saying to be true in regards to how she said essentially that she wouldn't return as Paimon unless Hoyo signs a union agreement, and that this could have looked more like her trying to make it seem like she willingly stepped away when they may have actually just replaced her. Now, of course, my opinion is not a unique one. I think most people were skeptical of what Karina had said, because this is someone who seems to have been caught many times in the past lying about things
Hold on,
and
pause,
just being
pause.
like,
Why is its graphics like so polished? It doesn't look like this on my side. Maybe I need to change my graphic settings on Marvel Rivals.
generally dishonest and manipulative.
Like, see, this tree branch, it's so polished. It's like so slick. And then this one looks like out of a comic book.
People would say. So this was probably just
Maybe
another
that's why I
case
suck
of
at
her
this game.
doing such things. And in the context of her doing this, it looked like basically like one final attempt at virtue signaling as well. Because she was already getting called out for being a hypocrite, accusing people of being scabs and getting all mad at them while also apparently being a scab.
Yeah.
So this was her potentially trying to look like less of a scab. Basically being like, I only worked.
Y'all know, I was like so happy that at least Paimon is voiced when this whole thing started, until I started looking behind the voice actors and found out that she is such a toxic, horrible person. And then I was like, fuck this shit. Why isn't she unvoiced as well? Fuck her, honestly.
Some of the time during all those months, and I already stepped away. So I wasn't scabbing the whole time. You know, trying to like kind of virtue signal to people and make herself look better to the SAG clique or something, maybe. And also, she took the opportunity to also disparage Hoyoverse, accusing them of not paying her on time and a number of other things that many people are also skeptical about because, well, one, it's coming from Karina, but two, there's been times in the past where Hoyoverse had seemingly helped her out with payment issues and even helped her find a new agency. So for her to show no gratitude towards Hoyo and instead just try and smear them and attack them again, this gave further.
You know, I remember this. So apparently, like, I guess it was when Hoyo was first on new mini game, maybe like around 1.0 or 2.0. Corina, she did not get paid for 6 months because her company Formosa were like the villain or some shit, and they just like held back her payment from Mihoyo. So Mihoyo actually went out of their way to help her transfer from her Formosa to a different studio to actually, like, you know, be able to get paid and help her actually get paid. Again, like, I mean, Mihoyo is not the bad person because they paid a studio and studio pays the voice actors. That has been confirmed like by a lot of voice actors. And then also when Natland first started and the strike first started, right? Chaska, Shilonen, I think Chaska's we got replaced, so maybe not her, but Mualani, Mawika, all of them, right? All of the voice actors, Mihoyo helped them transfer from Formosa to the new one that they are in, as far as I recall.
Merit to the theories that, yeah, she might just be retaliating as Hoyoverse because she's all petty and mad about getting fired. And if she did get fired, of course, this would only be the consequences of her own actions. It's just because of what she did. But this clique of VAs, they are not known for accountability. They're known for lacking accountability and always trying to play victim whenever they can. So yeah, that's the Paimon VA stuff with Karina. But now how about the Kaching VA stuff with Kaylee Mills? Well, people are saying she allegedly got replaced because in these leaks, we can see it says Kaylee Mills and Anonymous. 12 hours ago, this top comment saying everyone rejoiced. Now we just need Paimon VA recasted. And of course, since then already, we have the news that we just went over. It looks like Paimon VA may indeed be recast. Response reads, yeah, Paimon will likely be harder to recast since she's a frequenter unlike Kaching, who really only appears like every other lantern right nowadays. And I can't even imagine them doing that, honestly. Paimon is like 90% of the game's dialogue, and to replace all her lines would be a Herculean task that I can't imagine would be worth the time nor effort unless her VA, I don't know, got charged with a serious crime. It's really funny looking at this stuff now that we have the new news that just happened so shortly after all this. Some of the responses to that one read, to be honest, they didn't always bother in the past. Sometimes they just say voice is changed from now on, we will do older patches later, and they don't have to replace old lines for a recast. Many games recast actors without changing their character's old voice lines. So, if the Paimon stuff is true, which it seems most likely to be, we'll find out in, I guess, just a few days when the new patch is all updated and rolls out and all that, if all the lines that Paimon had got changed, or if it's just going to be a thing for the future lines. I suppose the same speculation could also apply to Keqing, albeit to a much lesser extent, of course, given the amount of total lines for each of those characters in comparison. But there's also other context to factor in. For example, the amount of time Hoyo may have had to have a new VA redo the lines if they want them redone and all that. The point I'm getting at is, don't know the exact timeline of events, and we're just kind of all piecing it together in real time right now. We'll read a few more comments here. Oh dang, this is why she has been so salty lately. I wonder if we'll see others get recast like Sucrose and Candace this patch or 5.8. Yes.
Oh my god, Sakura's voice actor, she was also a bitch. And oh my god, the contrast that voice actor has compared to Sakura, she was like the sweetest person in Mondstadt. I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh my god, poor Sakura. She deserves better.
Sucrose VA has also acted all crazy on social media, even way before the Jacob Takanashi stuff, for the record. It's like multiple times where she's been on social media just attacking people and getting mad at Genshin fans. Still, it seems more uncertain if Sucrose will actually get recast, but Candace and Shara Kirby, I mean, she had said on her own Blue Sky account,
she
F
quit.
Hoyoverse, and for Hoyo to just recast her too. She went on to say a lot more than that too. This was like a 4-page thing.
Y'all, write here down. Fuck Hoyo disrespectfully. She also said something about how she quits and she's never coming back.
Or like 4-part thing that she went off like screaming about, insulting Hoyoverse fans and everything. You know, just acting like a complete lunatic. So we'll have to wait and see if she actually sticks by what she said there. Of course, if Candace actually has a new VA and Cher gets replaced, this could mean that she still cowardly didn't step down like she said she would, and instead Hoyo stepped in and replaced her, which would be freaking hilarious. Basically, like, kind of what happened to Paimon here. Like, imagine if both freaking Shara and Karina tried to act like they willingly stepped down and acting all, like, superior and smug about it, but in reality they never did, and Hoyoverse just freaking replaced them. The bonus comedy here really quick is Shara Kirby also got this response from this person, Brittany, and if I recall, Shara Kirby reposted this on her account, seemingly agreeing with this take then. And this person said, in response to Shara Kirby's now infamous weirdo freakazoid rant that she reasonably got criticized for a lot, but this person, Brittany, quotes...
Oh my god, okay, this is so funny. Actually, he's gonna read it, I'll let him read it.
Shara Kirby's rant and says, "The comments she's getting that are tone policing her are rooted in racism. And if you're mad that Genshin hasn't had voice acting, maybe you should tell Hoyo to sign the dang interim agreement." This
Girl, do you even work at Hoyo?
person went on a lot more, and I talked about it in a prior video. I'm not going to go read the rest, but the point is, these people really tried to say that anyone criticizing Shara Kirby's crash out is just being racist. Like,
okay, you know what? I want to read it because I was curious. Okay, she goes on to say, she's calling out a scab and she's effing right. The new VA for Kenichi isn't going to find work after this because he's going to be blacklisted for being an effing scab. It should be an effing scab, okay? Whatever, a grammar, okay? You're supposed to hate the game and silent right now and apply the pressure to the developers because all they have to do at this point is promise to put up AI guardrails and they already have them. It's just the SAG-AFTRA, they want more than AI, they want to unionize. Okay, all of the posts I've seen about it are telling Sarah to shut up and behave herself, and I guarantee that you wouldn't be saying any of this to say Zach Aguilar if he posted this. No, people would be saying that, but he hasn't posted. Actually, he's coming back. I'm so excited. It is gonna be voiced again, you know, like the two voices he gets every year. She's right to be angry and she's right to express that anger, and she's probably has more anger than we know about for... Oh my god, this bar is on the way. Okay, didn't help. Okay, I'm sorry. We know about from years of racism and colorism from the fan base of a game that already stuck about racism. Girly pop, MiHoYo is an international company. Genshin is available all around the world. Right, let me double check that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, Genshin is available in 6 of the 7 continents. I mean, maybe they have servers in Antarctica, I don't know, but 6 of the 7 continents that I know of. That means people of all races are playing the game, so you can't really call a small fan base, say like the American population, or I guess you can call the Genshin fan base racist because again, they have players from literally all over the world.
That anyone criticizing Cher Kirby's crash out is just being racist. Like, one of the most pathetic defenses they possibly could have used, and that's the one that they went with. It's just like when that person Days basically tried to say that anyone criticizing Karina is just...
I'm gonna read it. You should also keep in mind that PAIMON'S VA is non-binary. You'd be silly to act like the people driving this hate brigade aren't motivated by transphobia, and stupid Genshin fans aren't falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. It's right to see so much concentrated transphobia all at once. You know what? Okay.
Doing it out of transphobia.
No comment,
They're just transphobes. And that actually got reposted by Karina. It's pretty telling that these people only ever use their identities as shields against reasonable criticism that they get. But of course, like we said earlier, these people never have any accountability, and they also certainly don't have any self-awareness to realize that using their identity like this, it just makes them look worse to everybody. Well, except for the few dozen blue skyers these VAs get that constantly defend them, but you guys know what I mean. One final thing to mention about Kaching's VA potentially getting replaced, Kaylee Mills potentially being replaced, where it said Kaylee Mills and Anonymous, like we discussed earlier. There's this comment that says Anonymous equals AI, trying to make it sound like...
I'm sorry, my face just looks so serious. Now it's all smiley but creepy. That's not, in between.
Or at the very least, speculating that she's getting replaced by AI. This, of course, doesn't mean she's getting replaced by AI, though. A lot of VAs actually do choose to remain anonymous. And in these conditions, like where a VA in the clique is getting replaced, it could mean that the VA is wanting to remain anonymous specifically because they don't want to get harassed by the clique, potentially have them trying to blacklist her and ruin her career, anything like that. Now, on a more wholesome note, statement from English voice actors of Aether and Lumine.
Yeah, see,
we've got
they're coming
Sarah
back.
Miller Cruz here saying, "I can't wait to continue the adventure. I've missed Lumine so much. I'm excited that we'll be back in Teyvat soon." Zach Aguilar saying, "I'm coming back to voice Aether in Genshin Impact. Not going to be in 5.7 due to timing. Thank you, Hoyo, and the entire team. Aether means the world to me. It's been a blessing working on the game these past 5 years, and I'm thrilled to..." It gets cut off. Let's go to the actual tweet. It says he's thrilled to continue and love you guys. Now, I had mentioned before that to me, Zach is one of the very few good VAs out there, so I wished him the best in being able to come back to Genshin and all that, so I'm glad he's been able to return. I don't know anything about Sarah, but I have seen a lot of people vouching for Sarah. So overall, yeah, it seems to be a good development. Oh, I also saw some people saying that Erica...
Now, I play Aether, so I don't really have experience with Lumine's voice actor, except for like those yearly quests, and we haven't reached that point of the year yet, so
no comment on that one. Returning
I honestly don't even remember how Lumine sounds.
Very soon, so that is also
Erica's
great
coming
news.
back, yeah.
We know that Erica has done the most in speaking out against the Union and standing up
Exposing
against the Union and the clique. So, of course, all the best to Erica as well. But all that said, I've long known how corrupt the English voice acting industry is. I've talked about it for years before the Jacob Takanashi stuff even occurred. And I know a lot of people are also aware of this stuff. Point being, the industry is still massively corrupt, and there are still so many scumbag VAs out there, English VAs I'm talking about specifically, of course. So we'll have to see how things continue to develop. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. And let me also make one last disclaimer here. I feel like I'm all better. I'm not sick anymore, but it's definitely in my throat. So yeah, sorry for my voice sounding kind of weird. Like, it feels like I'm like losing my voice. So yeah, I kind of rushed this video a little bit. I think I could have done better on it, but I've only got so much like capacity to even speak right now, I think. So sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not all bad. I feel fine aside from that. Just little voice issue. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, consider letting me know what you think in the comments. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the coverage. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye. Okay, let's see the comments. I'm so excited. Hopefully it is real. I seriously don't want to like celebrate Justin. Oh my god. So, you know the Skirk trailer, the voice actor, I think her name is Kat something. Kat Protano. She It's so sad. So you know how the Skirk trailer came out where it was in like I want to say Korean or Japanese. She tweeted like, "Oh my god, hopefully we can voice this soon because Griffin, last name Tartaglia's voice actor, he's on strike too, and they couldn't voice it. And she is so excited to play Skirk. I feel so bad for her. But yeah, she's gonna be voicing Skirk. I'm so excited. I love Skirk. I maybe may not pull her because I don't have Escoffier. Because people are saying like you can't play Skirk without Escoffier. And honestly, I'm kind of burnt out by Freeze team because I was trying to friendship level 10 Risley, but he doesn't do the big number damage on my side. Max he does is like 3k for every punch. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I had him on literally every team rotation out there. Melt, Freeze, Yolan, Farina, Thoma, Shilonen, Kazuha. Oh my god. Maybe I just haven't tried the Nahida Bloom Freeze team. A burning Bloom burning team. Burning melt? Yeah, that's the one it's called. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I don't know. I just have so many people to pull for and I want to pull for all of them except maybe Shanha because honestly I love Shanha. I have her weapon, but her playstyle was not it for me when I tried her out. But I really love Emily. Her design is so elegant and like the bloom, I mean the burning thing. I don't know. I just like her like dendro application and everything. Okay, but they're only giving us 54 primos for the next, or sorry, 54 pulls for the next patch, like the free pulls. And you know, I have a 50-50 guarantee because last one I lost to Mona, so next one is like a guarantee. But I don't know, maybe if none of them, I'm gonna save it for the Saritsa and like C6R5 her as soon as she comes out. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see. In a way, we have to thank Kenichi's new VA for freeing us from this. For freeing us from the screaming rat. Everybody calls her that. Okay. Karina had one of the safest jobs in the VA gaming industry and she managed to throw it all away, not even gracefully either. That is so true. She bit the hand that fed her. No one mourns the wicked. Aether's voice, Zach Aguilar said he's coming back, but for the next version, since this version will be already out. The fact that Hoyo has probably been working on ditching Corina for months while letting her slowly self-destruct on Twitter makes it so much funnier. As for the voice lines, they're probably going to do the same thing they're doing with the Trailblazers voice lines in HSR. They implemented the new Trailblazers VA lines for the latest patch and any newer content first, and will be changing older content VA lines to new. Oh my god, I can't read, to newly recorded via recorded lines over time. So they'll probably do the same for Genshin, meaning we'll sadly have to at least tolerate the spoiled emergency food and Genshin content for a while longer. But only in all contexts. Honestly, I'm all caught up to Genshin except for the what's that called? Friend Hangout series, yeah, for the Hangout series. But usually Paimon's not voiced in them, so I'm okay with that. Anyways, I guess this is where I should leave it off to. Let's see what background music. Something happy, cheerful. We'll go with Soda by Sakura Girl. I am so excited. I love her music. Anyways, okay, maybe I should take that creepy grin off my face. Let's go to normal face, okay? There we go. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. You will hear from me tomorrow about something random stupid again. But for now, bye-bye, good night, pieces. My throat is so much better than it was like 2-3 days ago. I had a fucking cold and it was so annoying. I literally could not sleep because of it, because as soon as I laid my head down, my nose would start running in either directions and my nose would be blocked, and I was like, I couldn't breathe, so I had to like stay up, sit up. Life is so annoying when you have a cold. But you know what, I'm on the other side now for better. Yeah, for better. So bye bye, good night, pieces, bye bye.